just 22 years old, he's a veteran of 18 MMA battles, and tonight, Little Heathen Jeremy Stephens returns to welcome Rafael dos Anjos to the UFC. 24-year-old Rafael dos Anjos is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion and a protege of former UFC contender Marcio Cruz. Unbeaten in his last 9 fights, with 6 of those wins coming by way of submission, the Rio de Janeiro native comes to the UFC with the intention of making not only a positive impression in his US debut, but a statement that he is truly a fighter to be feared inside the octagon.
I've won 9 fights in a row, 6 by knockout. I'm very well prepared for this fight versus Jeremy Stephens. If he wants to take to the ground, I'll show him why I'm a Brazilian black belt jiu-jitsu. And if he wants to keep standing, I'll show him my great strike techniques. There is no way he's gonna beat me. This victory is mine.
A stellar example of the kind of fighters that the state of Iowa produces, Jeremy Stephens is as tough as they come. But he also has the skill and power to back that toughness up, and that's garnered him a reputation as a top prospect. Winner of 3 of his last 4 bouts, including victories over Diego Saraiva and Cole Miller, the hard-hitting Stephens is looking to finish his 2008 with a bang tonight against Rafael dos Anjos.
You know, I'm going to keep it standing, use my takedown defense, and just use my striking advantage in the stand-up. I don't see him taking me down. I see him feeling my power and him going down in the first round.
Coming up next, Rafael dos Anjos squares off against Jeremy Little Heathen Stephens. Rafael dos Anjos, set to make his UFC debut, fighting for the first time in his career, Joe, here in the United States. All but 1 appearance in Japan. All of his fights other than that one have been in his native home of Brazil. 11-2, 6 submissions. He's never been knocked out, never been submitted, and he's excited about making it to the big show.
Well, he comes into this fight extremely confident, and as a jiu-jitsu black belt, how familiar is that? One of the most important skill sets that you could ever have in entering the octagon. Very confident, and he takes on a very young, hungry, and exciting Jeremy Little Heathen Stephens.
Comes in tonight on a 9-fight win streak, 6 of those victories by submission. As we mentioned a moment ago, he trains with former UFC heavyweight contender Marcio Cruz.
Yeah, Pedro Cruz, we've seen him in the octagon before, of course. He has a victory over heavyweight champion, former heavyweight champion Frank Mir, and this young man is one of his star pupils.
24 years old against 22 years old. Both have pretty even experience. This could be a ton of fun to watch as Rafael dos Anjos from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil is set to make his UFC debut. They are both very young, but Jeremy Stephens has been in the octagon 4 times already. That could make a significant difference in this fight. This is his 5th UFC. You saw a moment ago Hermes Franca in the background. He was in the corner for Hermes Franca. Now Franca in the corner for Jeremy Stephens. Stephens held his own against Spencer Fisher, even though he was defeated at the Ultimate Fighter 7 finale. And he was very good in fights against Cole Miller and Diego Saraiva.
Yeah, this kid has a world of potential. He is a little wild man. I mean, Little Heathen Stephens, first time on the scene when he fought Dean Thomas and had a great fight with Dean Thomas before he was submitted by armbar, but really showed a lot of heart, a lot of power, a lot of guts, a lot of tenacity, and just very, very exciting young fighter to watch. Of course, he won the unanimous decision over Diego Saraiva and then wound up stopping Cole Miller before losing his unanimous decision to Spencer Fisher in a very entertaining bout.
Jeremy Stephens attended 14 different elementary schools, had a hard time fitting in. He went from living in a house to living in a shelter, to living in his car. He found the Lord. He says that he's given him great strength. And I'll tell you what, he is a very strong fighter who has experienced a lot in his life. And Joe, as I mentioned before, already fought 18 times as a pro at just 22 years old.
Yeah, that's a very impressive record for a 22-year-old kid, especially considering he's got guys like Dean Thomas, Spencer Fisher, and Cole Miller on that resume.
9 of his victories have come by knockout or TKO. His key tonight, outclass the Brazilian in the jiu-jitsu game if it goes that way. Our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight. Stevenson, as I mentioned, is 22. Dos Anjos, as I mentioned, is 24. Everything else is identical. With the official introductions for this fight at 155, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 11 wins with 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Rafael dos Anjos. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 15 wins with 3 losses. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds, fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa, Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Steve Mazzagatti.
Steve Mazzagatti, our referee. The beautiful Ariani, our fine crew here from the UFC, happy to be back in Las Vegas, the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Here we go, Dos Anjos and Stevens, it's underway. Red trunks for Jeremy Stevens, black trunks for Rafael Dos Anjos. Good inside leg kick early. Stevens loves to explode.
Yeah, he's got some very heavy hands, solid strikes, nice knee to the body.
Good left hand, too, by Dos Anjos. Dos Anjos again with that inside leg kick. Dos Anjos, the southpaw.
Dos Anjos looks very comfortable on his feet.
Stevens really going after that right hand, Joe.
Yeah, he's throwing some bombs. So Dos Anjos stand right in there.
Again with the left hook.
Shoots.
Good takedown defense by Stevens.
Yeah,
now they're tied up.
Sprawl.
Rafael Dos Anjos from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, has competed in pancrase and judo. Loves the arm lock, loves the low kicks, as we've seen already. Stevens loves to exchange. He loves to strike.
Nice short elbow right there by Stevens.
Stevens will take it from anywhere he can get it, Joe.
Yeah, Stevens is looking to keep this fight standing here, trying to get away from the cage. Dos Anjos is trying real hard to get him down to the ground, and he's got him. Stevens right back up.
Dos Anjos with a good, relentless attack here, looking for the takedown. Will he get it?
Yeah. Got him, slammed him down.
Quickly, Stevens covers up.
He's got his back here. He's got one knee behind. He's going to throw that left leg over and get that hook.
Now that he's got the good position, Joe, trying to break his opponent down to get into that better position as you spoke of.
Yeah, he's really got good control here. Very solid. You can see how tight he stays to Stevens. Stevens is trying to turn around and put him in his guard.
And Jeremy's able to do so.
But he's going to try to use the cage now and push his back up against the cage and walk up. And Dos Anjos recognizes that and is dragging him away from it. You see him? There he goes.
Nicely done. Good technique by the 24-year-old Brazilian.
But Jeremy Stevens, again, just pushes his body right back to it. And he's going to try to use that cage, press his back up against it, and use it to stand up. He's got to be very careful during this process, though, that he doesn't give up his back. Jeremy Stevens going for a guillotine here. He's got one arm under the chin, but he's only in half guard.
I was going to say, Joe, he's got half guard.
He's trying to get that full guard, but in the process, he's got to be careful that Dos Anjos doesn't pass. And right now, the half guard is loose. He's hanging on to that head.
And Dos Anjos did exactly what you talked about, Joe.
Yeah,
he passed.
There you go. That was a little tactical battle that Jeremy Stevens lost there.
Little north-south now.
Yeah, and a little smell my butt. He's on top here.
Didn't like the smell, changes positions.
He's good control by Dos Anjos. You can see he's got very solid jiu-jitsu. No gaps in his game, Mike. Real tight on him. He's looking for something here, trying to control those arms, trying to, see if Jeremy Stevens gives him some openings.
Got the right knee on the body.
He could be with that right arm. He keeps going after that right arm of or the left arm rather of Jeremy Stevens.
Looking to Pats again. He gets caught in half guard. Under a minute remains in the first round. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute
Jeremy
rounds.
Stevens rolls him over, and now he's in his guard, but Jeremy's got to be careful. He's got an omoplata. He's got to get his left foot, or stuck. There, he's got it. He's got it. His right foot, rather, underneath his left knee. He's got that omoplata. Now he wants to sneak around behind Jeremy Stevens here and lock that foot down again. He's got it locked down again. Now he's going to sit up.
Stevens looks up at the clock, Joe. 30 seconds remains in the round.
This is a bad spot for Jeremy Stevens. He's got his back here now with it.
Looks up at the clock again.
He can turn this into a crucifix. He's got the omoplata again. He's holding on to that omoplata. Very nice. He rolls him over. Now he's in a bad spot. He's putting a tremendous amount of pressure right now on Jeremy Stevens' shoulder.
10 seconds remains.
Oh, this is nasty. We can't see it from this angle, but Jeremy Stevens' shoulder is bent backwards.
Look at it. You can see it from there, Joe. The bottom shoulder.
Oh, man.
Look at that. Ow. 5 seconds. He made it.
Wow.
Great show of guts and courage for Jeremy Stevens. He was in big trouble there.
Yeah, he's got some very good flexibility in his shoulders.
You're good, man. You're killing him standing up. Hey, when you throw the kicks, come back with the punches. You're throwing the kicks.
All right, let's take a look at that again. Now, here's Dos Anjos. He's got that body lock here, and he slams Jeremy Stevens to the ground here. And as soon as he slams him to the ground, just stays tight to him, doesn't give him any air, no gaps, stays on him, throws some punches, locks onto an omoplata. And now here he's got the omoplata. It's tough to see with Jeremy Stevens in this position, but his arm is trapped underneath Dos Anjos, and his hand is twisted around behind his back. Very painful position. It's a shoulder lock, and his shoulder's being ripped apart right there.
The fence was Jeremy Stevens' friend there, as Dos Anjos tried to finish the fight with that shoulder lock.
All right, second round. Bring it on. Come on.
Here we go. Start of the second round. You heard the corner of Jeremy Stevens say, on the feet in the striking game, you were dominant. Let's try to keep it there as long as we can. That's what we thought we might see as a strategy coming in. Stevens got to be careful not to chase, though.
Well, he knows now he doesn't want to get stuck in that same position again, on the ground with Dos Anjos on top of him.
Dos Anjos threw that neck kick a moment ago. Nothing there, though. Stevenson. Stevens, yeah. Shakes his head off.
Jeremy Stevens likes to fake the right hand and throw a knee. I like that combination. He catches guys off guard with it. They try to duck underneath the right hand, and he hits him with a knee. Nice leg kick by Stevens. Good right hand by Jeremy. That one might have hurt Dos Anjos.
Man, when he brings that right hand, he brings it from everywhere in a good knee.
Yeah, he throws I like how he's doing that. That's what I talked about earlier. He fakes that right hand and throws a knee.
Good start for this round so far for Jeremy Stevens. Good inside leg kick by Rafael Dos Anjos. Man, he's really bringing that right. But he's not setting it up, Joe. Oftentimes he's just throwing that big right hand.
Oh, and he ducked under it.
Yep. That's why Rafael Dos Anjos was able to time that one, because Jeremy kept throwing it by itself. He ducked under it. Great timing. Can he get him down?
Stevens' battling here. Now you got me doing it. Dos Anjos has got him down. Stevens is holding on to that position. This is what we like to call the 100%, is a sweep position. And Stevens can use this and roll. Oh, nice reversal. Dos Anjos is very good on the ground. He did that with lightning precision.
Well, we said coming in, Jeremy Stevens must find a way to outclass Rafael Dos Anjos' Brazilian jiu-jitsu skills, and he has demonstrated some very strong ones, has the Brazilian here so far as we reach the midway point of the fight.
Well, the good news is that Jeremy Stevens has been practicing with Hermes Franca.
Yes.
And if he's used to fighting his way out of Hermes submissions, it's going to help him tremendously in this fight. And you can see that defense here because he's doing a real good job of avoiding being submitted so far, even though he was caught in a very deep shoulder lock. Now he's got an anaconda choke, anaconda body lock, the triangle to the body.
He's going to try to soften him up. Here's Dos Anjos and get that hand and that arm underneath the chin. Stevens, as you said, Joe, doing a good job defensively thus far.
That body lock, though, is brutal. And now Dos Anjos is trying to trap the arm of Jeremy Stevens. See how he's throwing that leg over?
Yeah.
He really wants to trap that right arm. Oh, and Jeremy rolls it over, and Jeremy's on top. He's got to be careful, though.
So he gave up the body lock, the body triangle, and Stevens might get out of this bad situation.
Well, he might get armbarred here, Mike. This is bad.
He transitioned right to the armbar when he couldn't finish before, and now he lost it.
Good defense by Jeremy Stevens.
Well, you mentioned, Joe, hard to put away Jeremy Stevens. And now he's throwing down some serious elbows.
Nasty ground and pound here.
Just over a minute remains in round number 2.
Nice pounding from Jeremy from the top.
Oh, good combo there. Dos Anjos trying to close the gap. That way, Stevens can't get anything behind. Big elbow.
Rafael immediately puts his legs up to try to block that. Doesn't want none of that ground and pound.
20 seconds remains in the second round.
Definitely a much better round for Jeremy Stevens. He's trying to get him back up against that cage again to finish this round strong.
Good finish to this round. Stevens, with that finish, may have stolen it. Joe, this is where he was trying to finish by submission here. And then reverse turning around with Stevens. You said that arm was in trouble for, well, at least it was trying to be put into trouble by Rafael Dos Anjos, but then Stevens turned things around.
It was definitely in jeopardy, and it just shows you the versatility of his transitions. And here's Jeremy Stevens getting some vicious ground and pound from inside Rafael Dos Anjos' guard.
Acho que esse finalzinho deu impressionado os caras.
Looks frustrated, Joe. He's had those couple of great opportunities to finish the fight. And I don't speak Portuguese, but he appears to be extremely frustrated.
Well, you know, I mean, Jeremy Stevens is a tough cookie.
Yeah, absolutely. 22 years old, 18 fights. His sparring sessions with his buddy Josh Neer are legendary. And as you mentioned, working his jiu-jitsu modern day with Hermes Franca, and you can see the benefits of it so far in this fight. So here we go, third and final round. Red trunks for Stevens. Black trunks for Rafael Dos Anjos.
Jeremy Stevens was having a lot of success in that second round on the feet. I think he would like to keep it up there.
Keep an eye on the right hand of Jeremy Stevens, right in the holster.
In that second round, Mike, Dos Anjos shot for a takedown when Jeremy Stevens threw a right hand. I think we're going to see a lot more of that combination Jeremy Stevens was throwing earlier, where he fakes the right hand and throws a knee.
There's the right hand.
Oh!
Down he goes!
Devastated!
It is over! Take a look
watched the fight and then ran headfirst to the cage right in front of us. That is a pumped up Jeremy Stephens right there. That is a happy young man right there. Woo!
Joe, I said he had it right in the holster, and bam, he exploded.
Take a look at this, man. Big, big power from Jeremy Stephens. Look at this, man. Oh, look at this windup.
Uppercut.
Oh! Dos Anjos just goes down, and he tried to stay conscious. I mean, he was hurt very badly from this shot, but Jeremy Stephens followed this brutal punch up with some even more brutal ones. When Dos Anjos went down, Jeremy just pounced on him and closed it off strong. Look at that uppercut. That might be one of the nastiest uppercuts we've ever seen. Now, here's the pounding at the end. Let's see it, I guess, one more time from the truck. Look at this. Oh, man.
Right in between.
And this is how excited he was at the end of it.
Love it, Little Heathen.
Oh, I love that kid.
Jeremy Stephens with the victory here tonight.
Cindy,
he wins with
it's
the
for
big
baby. Newborn
uppercut.
baby,
His
baby.
girlfriend Cindy,
That's for us.
and that is indeed for Jeremy Stevenson and his girlfriend.
Come on,
And here's
guys.
the official decision.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Mazzagatti has called a stop to this contest at 39 seconds of round number 3, declaring the winner by knockout, Jeremy Little Heathen Stephens.
His 10th victory by knockout. Still excited, here's Joe.
All right, I'm here with a very excited Jeremy Stephens. Jeremy, that was a very tough fight in the beginning. He got you in some real tough spots, especially that omoplata. How tight was that at one point in time?
That was real tight on my shoulder. I thought it was gonna pop. Real tough guy, man. Incredible opponent. He had me in some tough stuff. I got heart, baby. That's all I got, and I shoot from the heart.
And big power in that right hand. Look at that, Jeremy. Take a look at this brutal uppercut. That might be one of the nastiest uppercuts we've ever seen.
Woo! That's for my, I got a baby on the way. It's not born yet. That's for my girlfriend, Cindy, right there. All the hard training, and trained out in San Diego. Vegas is like my hometown. I'm from Iowa. Thank you guys so much. I do it for you.
Outstanding performance against a very tough opponent. We look forward to seeing you again. Jeremy Stephens, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
His girlfriend Cindy and he are expecting a baby in May. And a big win tonight for Jeremy Little Heathen Stephens.